In 2012, the history of my son's problem with the injustice system was he came home from a movie, jumped the fence because he didn't want to walk around, and he was arrested at 16 years old and hogtied by the police department because they said he fit the profile of somebody that they were looking for in the area, which all they really were doing was looking to arrest people for very simple infractions, misdemeanors, so they could get the money to create the city of Miami Gardens and make it new off of all of the arrests they make from these young people. So my son is not innocent, but he was trying to protect the girl that he liked because she had a lot of gang members on her Facebook page and whatnot. And, he was against all that because he cared about her and suffered a couple broken hands because he never wanted to hit her. He hurt himself. And then one morning he was going to work when he lived with my ex-husband upstairs. Saw him laying there, went to work all day and came home and found him still laying there after he wouldn't answer the phone in the door and he was dead. He died of cancer. He knew that he had cancer, but didn't really tell us, so it was my son that found him. He never came back from that. He never came back from seeing his friends murdered by gun violence in a very bad neighborhood where we lived. And this breakup with this girl who came back in 2020 to finish him off at 4:30 in the morning. I came outside. She had him up against the office door with a hammer in her hand like she was going to do something, and I told her to flee because what are you coming back for other than destroy him, which she did. We were homeless. He had less than 2 months of probation to finish, but he never went because I couldn't find him. He'd go off on these drinking bins and he missed going there, so he'd been technically avoiding that for 3 years, which I think also added stress beyond stress of that, having to look over your shoulder all the time over something that, you know, he was worried about. Put a lot of stress on you when you're running, but you know, and then on the 31st of July, hanging around at 7-Eleven up there with some person that he didn't know in his mental state, probably said the wrong thing to this person that they didn't like, and they broke his jaw. And he was in the hospital for 2 days. I didn't know where he was. Put a missing person on him, and they were about to put an Amber Alert on him when the hospital called me and said they had my son in the trauma unit with a broken jaw, which was hard. So I know a lot of people have been telling me to get help for him, and I understand that, but he left on the 9th to go to a dentist appointment that he had, and I don't know what happened. But it turned out the police did pick him up on that warrant with no bond available. And it was hard to see that mugshot of him sitting there smiling, that beautiful face with a broken jaw like this, smiling, and he doesn't even know, really, I think, what's happening to him. But he's there, and I can't do anything about it. And this government that created what happened today 20 years ago are responsible for all of this. My son has paid more for his problems that he had committed, the injustices, so they say. And I don't know what's going to happen right now. I just know that a customer tried to get in the gate and he couldn't get in the gate because of his code. So he came in here, and as soon as he came in here, then the gate code worked. And I said, "You don't understand. You're a messenger to me." And he prayed. And I'm waiting because my kid doesn't need to be there. It's hard when you're the parent of a child that's 25. He's a man, not a child, but to me, he's my child. I'm gonna help him though. He needs help. The judge needs to know the reason why he didn't finish that probation. People don't understand mental illness. I never thought, you never think that that could happen to you, but don't be surprised because you never know. Now, whether it's something for me, God wants me to learn like patience, you know. But I just ask that you protect him while he's in there, and hopefully we can get this resolved and get him out of there and get him the help that he needs because he just got that job. You guys prayed for him. He just got that job. And all of this. So I lay in his bed at night, pray for him, his safety, his protection. And these very people that did this 20 years ago today have made millions. They have their private jets and their good health insurance and their money and all of that. And we peasants have nothing. But yet, some of us, most of us, we're still happy with nothing. And they hate that. So, I can't be out there today because I'm working. Over there? Working. But I would be. I'm tired.